simple but maybe important details as far as the technology goes. For those of you who are joining us on a Zoom for the very first time, if you click on your Zoom panel at the bottom of your screen, there should be a participants button or icon with a couple of heads. You click on that, and that gives you everybody on the right side, at least on the computer screen. It gives you the right side of the names of the people who are in the room as well. There's also a chat function, and the chat is able, if once we get started, I'm going to probably mute people. And if you want to chat amongst each other, that's what that feature is there for. Under the participants button, if you are looking at that panel, there is a little button that says raise hand. And if any of you see that, go ahead and click on it real quick so that we can show people what that looks like. So there you go. Good. So Tyler's got it. Melissa's got it. You can go ahead and use that if you want to be recognized. You got a question, you want to interrupt, have your content or comment addressed. That's good. John Wexler, can you hear me, my friend? All right. John is using the technology for the first time, and it doesn't look like he's got his audio on, but hopefully he's able to hear me. So we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome everybody to the Experienced Pros Leads Group. Very nice to have you. And before we go very far, we have to acknowledge the fact that this Leads Group exists to help businesses leverage their relationships, to connect people that would otherwise not have an opportunity to meet, to express the what's happening in your business, what your business is, where you're going with it, and to, of course, identify and then pass leads that should lead to closed business. We just crossed over the 2-year mark for our leads groups, and in 2 years, we have accumulated more than $5 million in closed business between the leads groups that we have had over those 2 years. And there's no reason for us to believe that that's going to change in any way, shape, or form except to accelerate as we move into this new format and bringing it into a larger group as Angel continues to move around the country and develop more interest in experienced pros and what we're doing on the radio as well. So that being said, also want to acknowledge the huge contribution of the leader in the room, Christine Hernandez, who is on her way to work right now and taking kids to school probably. She is the leader of the Westminster group that has just been so amazing for the year or so that she's run it. And anybody have any questions at all, chances are Christine knows the answer better than I do. So we'll let her chime in when it's time. That being said, let's go around the room and introduce ourselves. I know you guys got a little bit of that going already, but let's talk about who you are and what your primary ask is. So, and by the primary ask, we ask you to detail specifically who you are looking to be introduced to so that we can benefit your business. And we'll start in the order that I have it on my screen. So I'm going to mute everybody, but I'm going to then unmute Scott McClanahan, who is up. My friend, go for it. Oops, wait. Sorry. There you go. No. Oh, Scott, forgive me, man.
Good morning, everybody. I am Scott. Now I'm unmuted. All right. Good morning, everybody. I'm Scott McClanahan. I am with Pure Technology and our sister company, Simple POS Solutions. We are an IT services company for small business. Our target market is small businesses with business owners anywhere from about 5 to about 50 employees. Our sweet spot is in that 20 to 30 range. And basically what we're looking for is we're looking for businesses that either have no IT support or have overwhelmed IT support. You know, some businesses have Bob down in accounting and he's doing all of the IT for the company instead of being an accountant for the company. That's where we come in. That's where we can help people. That's where we can really bring a lot of benefit to the table. The other side of the coin is, of course, businesses that have IT problems or are looking to grow. Maybe they're looking for, you know, a new networking system, or maybe they want to buy computers from a new vendor and they want local support. We're locally owned and operated. We're based here in Denver, obviously. We've got about 8 to 10 techs here in the Denver area. We've got a 24/7 help desk. So we're a little bigger than we seem, but at the same time, the cool thing about that is that helps us keep the rent low and keep the cost low for our customers. So that's Pure Technology.
All right. Thank you very much, Scott. I appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and mute you again. And let's go to Tyler. You are up and unmuted.
Fantastic Friday, everybody. My name's Tyler Vincer. I'm with Temperature Pro Denver. We do heating, air conditioning, and indoor air quality. So that includes humidifiers, fancy filters, all the way up to HEPA grade, similar to what you'd see in hospitals and otherwise. We give people allergy relief, asthma relief too, if there's anything going on in that realm. I guess my specific ask this week is I need hiring help. I'm specifically looking for a experienced HVAC operations manager. We've grown to a point where we can't do everything ourselves anymore and keep all of the back office and gentlemen running efficiently out in the field. So we've grown to a point, thanks to experienced pros and a lot of help from other people, that we need to bring on a couple more people as we're getting ready for winter, and then be prepared for 2018 when we look into our future growth.
Tyler, that's exciting, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Good news on your front. All right, let's go to Drew, and let me see if I can unmute Drew. There you go, buddy. Oh.
All right, I think you can hear me now.
Yep.
Can you hear me? All right. I'm Drew Shockley, and I do a couple things. I'm a little bit earlier than you guys. It's even darker here. I'm in Oregon. Yeah. So I do a couple things. Call to Action Alliance is my web design business, and that's where I love working with businesses and exploring what their passions are so that they are really distinguished on the internet and create the best opportunities for their visitors. The other thing that I do is called Boost Biz Ed, which is it's an actionable business education workshop that's currently now running in 5 locations, 3 states. We just opened a 3rd location in the Denver area, in the DTC area, over in the Tamarack yesterday, and that started off with a good little crowd. But it's just a gathering of who are ready to improve their businesses and just need the fuel, which is good education from top business educators, and that's what we provide. So we're excited to be open in the DTC, looking for we're in Westminster, Denver, and DTC. So we're looking for more people to take advantage of our education, and we are about to announce our speakers for the first 4 months of 2018, and so we're excited about that. So take advantage of our education and rise with us. That's boostbized.com.
A clarifying question for you, Drew. You're looking for people to take advantage of the education. What's the demographic of the people that you're looking for?
The demographic, small businesses, and business professionals can be those who are in charge of their own business growth. It can be on the sales side. More likely, it's on the business ownership side. Those that can take a break from the grind and just get smarter about what they're doing. Does that help?
Yeah. Okay, good deal. All right.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and mute you, Drew, and Christine, are you able to chat with us?
Yeah.
Oops. Go ahead again. I'm sorry.
I'm Christine Hernandez.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear?
You're kind of cutting in and out on me. Is everybody else okay? Can you hear Christine?
For downtown. So put me last.
All right. Christine,
Eric,
we're
put me last because I'm going through downtown.
okay, gotcha. All right. We'll go ahead and Christine's muted herself. Melissa, I know you're with Tyler, but I want to hear your story and maybe kind of introduce yourself to the group.
Hi, everybody. My name's Melissa. Please excuse my voice. I'm kind of losing it, so I apologize. So I just joined with Scott, and I will be working on the admin side and the sales side with him. I'm really looking forward to helping him expand his business and learning more about all the various things that he does.
Nice. Well, welcome to Experience Pros. Very nice to have you along with us. And Scott's a good guy, and his business is solid. So you've joined a good team, that's for sure. All right.
It seems like it. I'm very excited.
Nice, nice. All right, and then going to see if I can get John Wexler. John, can you hear me? Can you join the conversation?
I got you.
Hey, all right. John, introduce yourself and your specific ask.
Well, John Wexler, I do employee benefits, and it varies. There's a lot of different things that I do. Let me see here. Oh my gosh. Legal protection, identity theft protection. I do some health insurance for groups, dental practice or dental insurance, vision insurance, pet insurance, things like that.
All right.
And my specific ask is for a company that has health insurance or doesn't have health insurance but wants to give their employees something of worth and value, and that's all I'm looking for. Size of the business doesn't matter.
All right. So you anticipated my clarifying question. The size of the business doesn't matter. You're looking for somebody who does not have health insurance, a company that doesn't have health insurance, but wants to take care of their employees.
Right. They may have, some of them may have health insurance, but they want some extras for their employees, and they can be in the form of voluntary or involuntary, where the business pays for it or the employees pay for it.
All right. Good deal. Good deal. That leaves me and Christine. I'll go ahead and go real quick. I'm Eric from Experience Pros, obviously, and Experience Pros is a corporate training firm that specializes in accelerating small business growth through a series of best practices, all that revolve all around relationship development. You can have your systems, you can have your processes, all of those are important. We have ours. But if you don't have a solid relationship with your clientele, you are constantly having to reinvent or get new people in the door. And there's nothing wrong with that, but we're of the mind that if you develop your relationships, we have what we call isms and osophies, Eric-isms and angelosophies. And if you develop the relationships, the transactions will follow. So we encourage people to connect with their customer base, because the customer base is your gold mine that you're sitting on already. They're the ones who've already given their money to you. They're the ones who've already bought into your service or product. And based on that, if you have a connection and a relationship. All right, I'm getting an echo. Hold on for a second. I'm going to mute everybody. When you've got that going on, you have a force out there, a sales force that works for you and will actually outperform your marketing dollars if you leverage it such to the point where We talk about coins in the pocket or change in the pocket, and that is everywhere in nature. I've never seen a place that does not apply. You have to make a deposit before you can make a withdrawal. So leads groups, networking groups, business, customer relations, it all has to do with how can I serve you first without asking for anything in return. And if you serve enough people, this is what the late Zig Ziglar says, if you help enough other people get what they want, then you will also get what you want. So that's the fundamental premise. We are starting a revolution in the way that people treat people in business. And our company has been around for about 8.5 years. They say that it takes 10 years to make an overnight success. So I'm thinking 2019 should be a great year. On that note, my specific ask is to find specifically people who are going to help our members. So, and that may not sound very specific, but it gets very detailed. We're looking for positive people. We're looking for people who are outwardly focused instead of inwardly focused. There are plenty of groups out there that support the me first mentality. And Experienced Pros is not one of those. And it's proven time after time after time. When the me first mentality infiltrates our ranks, it filters itself right back out as quickly as possible, because we really believe in serving others, having that service mentality before we ask for anything in return. So that being said, Christine, are you in a place where you can join the conversation?
Yes, I think I'm in a better spot.
Way better.
Awesome. Well, good morning, guys. I'm Christine Hernandez, and I own Champion Carpet and Upholstery Care. And we do air duct cleaning, carpet cleaning, upholstery, and tile and grout cleaning. And this is my favorite time of year. Right now, we're getting ready to launch our Champion Gives Day. And so it's not just one day, but we're looking for families that are low income and really can't afford our services, nor a Christmas dinner or presents for their kids. So we're going to pick 15 families this year and donate our services, a Christmas dinner, and a few gifts for each kid. So we would love partners. Maybe we could even do more if we get some other businesses involved. But we are personally sponsoring 15 families. So any families that you know that really could use that and take advantage of that, we would love to meet them. And we'll be picking the third week of November. So 2 days before Thanksgiving.
Is there any question about Christine's leadership in the room? Oh my gosh, Christine, you have the biggest heart of anybody I know. And count us in. We want to support your Champion Gives in any way, shape, or form. All right. With that being the case, do want to do a piece of education, and I will go ahead and take the ranks of that today. I don't think, did we, Christine, we didn't assign anybody last week, did we? No. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do the educational piece for the spotlight piece, I should say, for the group. And then, is there somebody here that would be willing to be the spotlight, the feature for next week's class? If that's you, will you just kind of give me a wave or let me know? Because I would like to get people signed up for that. And it requires your commitment to show up for next week's leads group. Anybody able to commit to that? Okay, you think on it and let me know. Christine, okay, I got you. You'll do the next one. All right. And we'll come back and address the calendar in just a little while. So what I would like to do is address a couple of things with you. And we work with so many different people all over the country. And one of the things that we have, we've got a number of web designers. Drew is a web designer and a fantastic one as well. I want to address your website today and talk about, is it helping you or is it hurting you? And in order to do this, I'm going to just jump on to a screen share and show you a piece of technology that we are using and have used for a very long time. And let's see, we're going to get a big window and a window thing here in a second. Let's do this. All right, can you guys see my screen? Is that working? All right. This website, and there's many such sites out and available for people to check out. This one is SE Optimer, and it's basically an SEO optimized or optimizer. It gives you a kind of a report on what your SEO says about you and how that's going. So with that being the case, you can see I plugged in Experience Pros. If you go to seoptimer.com, you can plug in your website. You can plug in your website as well. And it gives you an overall ranking and grade on what's going on here. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take you through my page. I have nothing to hide. We have an A- on the page, and you can see it broke down by the various categories. Our SEO is really good. Our usability, and we'll cover what each one of these means here in a minute, is good. Our performance has a 0 ranking, which I'm not exactly sure what that is, but we'll go back and take a peek at it. Our social gets a B rating, and our security is an A+. So that being the case, let's go ahead and scroll down through some of these things. Our SEO is good. We have a title tag, a meta description tag. And many of these things may or may not mean anything to you, but they mean everything to a guy like Drew. So I encourage you, if you don't know what's going on with your website, you don't know if you run your website through this SE Optimer and it comes up with information that you have questions about, either contact me or contact Drew directly and see if he can maybe assist you in getting some great scores on this stuff. The body content, our header tags, we're pretty heavy on the H3, and that's because H3, and this is the title in your blogs and whatnot. And the H3 tag is the right size for the design of our website, so we use that one significantly. Consistency of words, again, these are keywords and how many pages the word business shows up, 28 pages. February shows up, 21. I could guess why. That's probably because of the contest that we run. Lots of good content. I'm horrible about putting alternate attributes on our images, and so got to take care of some of that. Gives us the number of backlinks. We're reasonable on the external backlinks. Our total backlinks is phenomenal, and we have a decent domain authority on Moz. Again, the structure, broken links, we're doing okay on all that kind of stuff. This is all stuff that for us, you have to be kind of a geek to get into some of this stuff, but it's information that helps you develop a strategy for your web presence. And again, if you do not have a strategy for your web presence, please introduce yourself either privately or after this meeting to Drew, because he has a strategy for your web presence. Our usability says it could be better. Here's how we show up on the various devices. So you've heard that mobile is all the thing right now. And my analytics, and we do have analytics running on our page, the analytics will give us a percentage. And I think the last time I checked, our analytics is about 65% mobile. So does your page show up in a way that is good and usable for people in the mobile space? We use what's called responsive design. And responsive design is an important piece to making sure that everything is scaling properly. So whether you're using a cell phone, a tablet, or a computer. It's interesting that it says it can't find our fave icon because we actually do have one, but I think there are several pages that don't show our fave icon. So have to go back and find that and figure out where those went. Our performance got the worst results of all. And if we look at it and say, well, why is that? Our server response is fine. That's no problem. Content loaded in about 7 seconds, almost 8 seconds. That's slower than I'd like. Scripts are complete. That's reasonable time for script. But take a look at what we've got here. My entire page is about 16.5 megabytes big. And when you look at what the breakdown of that is, it's images. I've got almost 15 megabytes in images. When you look at the number of images I have, only 44, I've got some very large images that I just need to go back in and resize and rescale. And that will load the page faster. Why does it matter? Because you have only one chance to make a good first impression. And if people are waiting for your page to load, they won't wait long. They will bounce. Okay? So we'll move on down here. Images, images, images for us. Our social interaction is good. We have some good interaction with Facebook. We've got some good interaction with Twitter. Google Plus is dead. And I'll let Drew challenge me on that if there's anything to be said beyond that. I'm not concerned about my ranking on Google Plus. Google owns the world, but they don't make a great social network, and they kind of scrapped it about 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago. Interesting that we have no YouTube connection. We do have YouTube and we do have LinkedIn, so I can take care of those to make those stronger and better. And Pinterest is not going to be on my website. Our security is good. These days, if you have an SSL or an HTTPS redirect, it's a really big thing these days, especially as more and more we're hearing about the vulnerability of websites and security. So we are good on all the security side of things. Our technology results, these are what we're using. These are some of the apps that we're using, including WooCommerce, WordPress, Yoast, and PHP, as well as a couple of the jQueries. Recommendations. Reduce your page size to below 3 megs. If we do that, everybody's going to be happy. Compress some of the files, optimize the images. We've talked about all that. Add a fave icon. The fave icon, folks, is, if you can see up here, that little blue camera for that tab. Experience Pros, I thought Experience Pros had one. I know that we have one. I thought it showed up. And we're about to find out. Let's take a peek. Yeah, see, we've got a fave icon right there, but it doesn't show up apparently on all the pages. So we'll just work on some of that stuff, adjust the size of tap targets and so on. That SEO report is probably the most important stuff for us because now I can see whether my page is resonating with other people who are coming to visit us. And so, Drew, do you have any elements that you want to add to that just vision there that I posted? I'd like our listeners, our attendees, to run their own websites through that thing and see how they're connecting, because if there's work to be done, we should get the work done. Do you have anything else that you'd like to say to that? Oh, hold on. There you go.
There you go. Okay. This is the cool tool. Actually, I hadn't seen this one before. It looks good. It's comprehensive, and it covers a number of different things. It's shedding some light on my Boost Biz Ed website. It's good. I mean, performance is key, and security is key too. I might put a little bit more weight on Google just because they do own the world and we want to be in their favor, but it is hard to get everything right with how they judge things. Yeah, this is, I mean, any time that you can use an analytical tool to kind of shed some light on different things that can be worked on over time. Yeah, it's a great tool. I appreciate you turning me on to this.
Absolutely. As we do, I don't know if any of you are familiar with the franchise called, it's not a franchise, the corporate entity called In-N-Out Burger. And it's a West Coast and kind of moving in the direction of California, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, and Texas, where they have outlets. Their menu is simple. They do burgers, fries, and shakes. I mean, that's pretty much the whole thing, except that there's a secret menu where there's over 2,000 combinations of different ways that you can have a burger prepared or whatever. And so too, Experience Pros has a secret menu, if you will, and some of the things that we do. We do the thing we specialize in. We're a boutique PR firm. So if somebody comes to us and says, "Hey, I really want to be known as the person in my industry, in my space," whether it's your city, your state, your country. Some people have come to us and made that request, and we've had phenomenal success with that. But I've also learned that there are a number of things that go along with that, and one of those things is knowing how well your website is performing and being able to tweak and adjust those things. And we try to lead by example. So that's your education. Any questions about what I presented? Anybody have something? You can either raise your hand or wave at me and let me know that there's something you got a question about. Christine.
I don't necessarily have a question, but something that for the service industry that we've really had a lot of success with is the social media platforms. So the Google Plus part of that is really important for service based. So like the HVAC company and any other service base, it's super important to have that updated and have it registered with Google Maps. Even if you don't have like a place of business, your service area is super important because people will not be able to find you.
Yeah. Don't misunderstand me. When I say Google Plus is dead, the social platform of Google Plus is largely DOA. However, what you just said are the two things that Google kept alive, and that is their Google Places, known as Google Maps, and it's critical for your business, any business, to have some kind of platform there. And then second of all, their Google Reviews. Google Reviews are the first things that show up in a review search for any business, as long as it's being searched for in Google, right? So Google Reviews, probably the most important reviews that you could possibly have. More important than Yelp, more important than I don't know if I can go beyond Facebook. Facebook's reviews are pretty important as well. And the cool thing about the Experience Pros membership is your directory listing that comes with your membership has the ability to provide Googleable reviews, same star rating, same everything. So we show up on your review site the same way as Yelp, Google reviews, Yahoo reviews, Bing reviews, and so on. But Google is a really important piece. Good comment, Christine. All right. At this point, then, we're going to go back around and invite you to share your fan brags. And for Melissa, who's just joining us for the first time, a fan brag is saying something nice about somebody else in business. If you don't have a particular closed business, or if there's anybody in the room that you would like to pass a lead to, this is the opportunity to do that. So we'll go ahead and start. And Scott, I'm going to start with you. Do you have any leads to pass to the group here today? Closed business or fan brags? Oh, hold on. Go for it, Bob.
There we go. Don't have any leads just yet, but I do have a fan brag. So we are going to be personally, our personal household is moving here in about a month. We're just moving around the corners of the street, and we've been looking for movers because I don't want to lift everything myself this time. So we have decided to go with a company called Boulder Valley Transfer, and I know some of you guys are probably down on the south side. But these guys are amazing. They came over. We've had several movers come into our house and take a look at things and whatnot. And a lot of them, they try to give you a quick estimate, count the number of rooms, and that's that. We'll get out of here, and here's your estimate. Have a good day. This guy was here for probably 2 to 2.5 hours. He went down to our basement and counted every single tote that was on the shelf. The storage totes. Counted the number of shelves. Counted the amount of furniture. He spent a ton of time here just going through the house so that he could accurately determine, what it would take to move us, and gave us what I believe is an extremely fair quote. I'll just share we're moving for less than $2,000, which I think for 5 guys, he's given us, I was looking at the estimate here, I think he's given us 5 guys for 10 hours. You almost can't beat that. And they've been here in Erie, where I live, which is just in the north side of town. They've actually been here and been in business for like 90 years, since the early 1900s. So he's got some really good recommendations on Facebook, and he came recommended from a local group that we're part of here. But if you guys know anybody that's moving, I would highly recommend him. Now, I'll let you know if that's actually true in a few more weeks when we get the move completed. But so far, so good, and I'm really excited to be working with them.
Love it. That's the absolute essence of a fan brag. And you reminded me, today is Fan Bragging Friday, and if there's any way possible that you could call that in, we can affect the people in this room and the people that we know, our spheres of influence, or what we call the Frank Circle. But if you can call it into
what time is that?
It's between 2 and 4 p.m., and the number is 855-FAN-BRAG, or 855-326-2724. And now we can affect a much larger sphere of influence and get them the credit that they're due. All right?
Sure.
Thank you very much, Scott. I'll mute you. And Tyler, you are up, my friend, and you are, I think, let's see. I'm clicking on unmute. Oh, there it goes. Should be good.
Good morning again, everybody. What I'd like to do is I'll fan brag Nick Rockwell with Carpet Direct. I ran into a little bit of an issue at an install the other day. We cracked the tile going in and out of someone's home. I'm not sure if it was cracked before or after. That was up for debate. But homeowner said we did it, so we did it. I got a hold of Nick. He came out. He took a look at it, was in contact with the homeowner within 24 hours, and it's all being taken care of. It was wonderful to be able to turn something over to a fellow Experienced Pros member. And I don't want to say set it and forget it, but a couple of quick texts just to make sure we're all on the same page, and Nick had it taken care of, and I greatly appreciated that.
Very nice. Very nice. Any closed business or anything else, Tyler?
No closed business this week and no referrals this week. I passed some referrals around last week.
Yep. All right. Good deal. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. I'll go ahead and mute you, and we're going to go to Drew. Drew, you can unmute yourself because you know how. Maybe.
Right.
There you go.
Okay, I'm unmuted, I think. Hey. Well, it's just great to be back in the community. I've been out here in Oregon for 6 months, and just getting back into these leads groups. So it's my first time back in. So I don't have leads yet. I am always trying to pay attention to Facebook and things like that to see how I can refer my friends back there. And I'm excited about making any connections with those, from here to back to Colorado. But my fan brag would go out to just Experienced Pros, really, as I was thinking about it. I really appreciate your reach, the kind of keeping a person like me out in Oregon involved. But I really appreciate Angel touring the country and getting other parts of the country involved. I'm excited to see how that develops, particularly as I'm thinking my own reach should be more national. And mostly just the positivity. I guess that's the best word I can think of. That experience pros exemplifies. It's great to jump back in on a power boost or something like that, and just have that positive. There is a lot of negativity out there, but the general positivity, but also the positivity of direction, the direction of growth. We're always growing towards the positive, and so you got to surround yourself with those people. So I appreciate you making that possible.
Oh, well, thank you so much. It's kind words, and I'm grateful for it. And I'm grateful that the technology allows us this opportunity to bring you back in and get you involved, because you're a hugely valuable member of our community. Drew ran the Denver group of the leads groups when we first started the Denver group, and ran it for the better part of a year. And we miss seeing you in person. But this now is kind of an equalizer. It allows us the opportunity to be in the same place at the same time. So good stuff, my friend. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's go to Christine.
So today my fan brag is going to be for Mark McIntosh with a stronger cord. I met him last week, and we went and served with my girls group, which is ages like 10 to 13. And we went and served the elderly community, and they were like so not happy with us when they got on the car. I'm like, guess what we're going to do today, you guys? They're like, what? I'm like, sing and dance for older people. And so they were really not happy. And then by the end, they were just so in awe and so taken back by how much fun it was. And then on Wednesday, I went and worked out with his homeless group down in Denver at Phoenix CrossFit, and it was just amazing. And so I really, really love his his outreach programs, and we are partnering with him to find employees through the inner city homeless that have gone through his Next Steps program. So we're really excited about that, and I can't wait to get him on the radio show to tell everyone about it.
Nice.
And then we had 2,900 in closed business. And we had, I think, 6 referrals between Bobby, Sue, and Nick. And then 1 from Blue Ocean. So thank you guys. And then, let's see, Drew. I have a couple of people. If you haven't been to Drew's group, I highly recommend it. It's awesome. Boost has been super good for our business, and I've gotten so much education. So thank you so much, Drew, for expanding that. If you need speakers, I would love to get on that rotation. And then I have a couple other friends that are looking for speaking opportunities that are very talented. So I highly recommend Drew's group as well.
All right. Drew,
thank you, Christine. I appreciate that. There's a link on the website, boostbized.com/speak, that anybody can apply right there. If you do that right away, we can get people booked in the first 4 months of next year. Otherwise, it would be a little bit later in the year. But thank you. We'd love to have you.
All right. Good deal. Thank you very much for both of you. Melissa gets a pass because she's with Scott, and although
what was that website again, Drew? Sorry.
Okay, I can't hear you, Drew.
Can you hear me now?
Now I got you.
Boostbized.com. The biz is B-I-Z, so BOOSTBIZED.com.
Yeah, good, solid referral there, and appreciate that, Scott. You'll dig that group as well. I'm absolutely certain. Melissa, give you a chance. Do you have a fan bragger or somebody that you like doing business with that you want to add to? Oh, are you there, Melissa?
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you. I don't right now, but I really like this, that you do that. And I promise next time I'll have somebody.
No worries, no worries. The fan brag it came on day one of our radio show. We created Fan Braggin Fridays, and it just happens to be that we're Friday here, but Fan Brag is a 24/7 idea. And we knew it was so important that we immediately went after a lawyer to retain the federal trademark for us. So you'll always see us when we write Fan Brag, we've got the little circle R around it because it defines our culture. Not about me, all about you. And as we do more all about you, we create that revolution that we talk about in the way people treat people in business. So again, welcome aboard, Melissa. Glad to have you on board. I'm going to go ahead and mute you again, and we'll go to John Wexler. John, brother, hold on for a second. Are you with me? Are you able to communicate with us? All right, I think we lost the ability to communicate with John. We had it there for a while, but we don't have it now. Scott, let's unmute you. Go for it, man.
Oh, that was from a few minutes ago. Sorry, I raised my hand. I don't know how to unraise it, but I was just going to say I've actually done quite a bit of work with the my brain just went blank. The ministry that she was talking about, that Christine was talking about, and
Mark McIntyre.
Stronger Chord. Yeah, so we are actually, I think I mentioned to you a couple of weeks ago, one of the side projects, or really a side business that I own, is a film production company. But just to let everybody kind of know, we're actually in the process of putting together it's going to be a faith-based or a family drama about Stronger Chord and what he's doing down there. So it's probably about 2 years away, but if you know people that might want to invest in that or be involved in it, let me know, because we're in the process right now of looking for early supporters. So
nice, yeah. Very nice. Thank you very much. Mark is also a good friend of the Experienced Pros as well.
Awesome.
Mark was the first person to give Angel advice about writing her first book, and we met with him in downtown Denver here, and his words of advice to her was just do it. He had just published, I think, second book, When Life Gives You Lemons, Make Margaritas, and just a neat human being. So, all right. As we look at the clock and are going to wind up right here at 9 o'clock, I want to encourage people to do a couple of things. The first thing is, if you haven't yet, and if you are able at all, to put your Monday Breakthrough Power Boost on your calendar. That happens at 11 a.m. every Monday. That's 11 a.m. Colorado time, Mountain Time. So it's 10 a.m. for Drew, and we'll make the conversion for other people as they pop onto the meetings. But the Power Boost is a 30-minute Zoom just like this, with the intent of addressing the most important 6 inches of your business, and that's the 6 inches between your ears. And so we encourage you to pop in and receive from Angel and myself and Gary Barnes. Gary will be presenting the next Monday. If you don't know Gary, he's an internationally recognized business coach. His heart is huge, and he's got wisdom that I will never have. So I invite you to join us every Monday at 11 and make it a part of your how we get the week started business regimen. The next in-person event that we have coming up is November 1st, which is just about a week and a half away. It's Wednesday afternoon from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. at Water to Wine in Centennial, Colorado. I encourage each and every one of you to come. It is our annual potluck, and it is also marks the last in-person event for the year. As we near into the holidays and so on, we recognize that everybody's time is stretched in 16 different ways. So we give you the holidays off for the face-to-face kind of stuff, or the in-person stuff. We will be continuing our leads groups and our leads group and our accountability group. That accountability group is something else that you can take advantage of. If you're a full member of the Experienced Pros, that's Thursdays at 9:30 in the morning. Thursdays at 9:30 Colorado time. And it is also a virtual group. And we hold you accountable to discuss challenges and then we offer solutions, and then we pick a solution and we come back the next week and account for it. And if you don't think that's going to grow your business, trust me, I've watched it happen at every level, from startup to executives. And when we participate in an accountability group, you absolutely will accelerate your growth. There's no question in my mind. So I encourage you to participate in that. For all the other things and announcements, do two things. Always be aware of your emails, because we do send out a number of emails throughout the week. We have about a 24% open rate, which means there's a lot of people missing their emails, in large part because you may think it's just a newsletter. But I promise you that if we send you an email, there's a piece of information that is relevant to your business, at least to the service that you purchase from us. And you can jump on that and know where to go, when to go, what's happening. And the other way is to go check out the Experience Pros website. And there is a calendar tab. That calendar has a subscribe button that you can seamlessly integrate with your cell phone technology, so that you can take the calendar with you no matter what. Okay. Any other questions from anybody before we call this a great day and get you started on your weekend? All right, my friends, thank you for joining. Thank you for being a part of this membership. Thank you for the kindness of the people who've said great things about each other. We encourage that. We support that. We lift you up. Have a fantastic weekend, and we hope to see you next week, Monday, for the Power Boost. Take care, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.